Matt here. This is my review of Seven Psychopaths. This movie is directed by Martin McDonagh, who previously directed In Bruges and The Guard. And this movie stars Colin Farrell, Sam Rockwell, Christopher Walken, and Woody Harrelson, with Tom Waits. Now, the plot of this movie is Colin Farrell plays a struggling writer who asks his dog-kidnapping friend, Sam Rockwell, and his partner, Christopher Walken, for help. And Colin Farrell ends up basing his story off of the adventures and all the chaos that the three of them go through. Now, right off the bat, the acting in this movie is great. And I say that because if you can go from playing dramatic roles, which every single one of the actors and actresses in this movie has done, and you can go from a comedy and be funny, you've got great range. Start off with the main players, and I'll get into the supporting characters. Sam Rockwell and Christopher Walken steal the show in this movie. I say that only because Colin Farrell is in the movie, and he is the main character, more or less, but it just seems like he was there to react to all of the things and all the actions and events that had to do with Sam Rockwell and Christopher Walken. He was just there to be like, what are you doing? Oh my gosh, I can't believe it, and just freak out. He didn't carry the movie. And then you have Sam Rockwell, who just was really good to see him in a role like this, where he can just be himself and be zany. Same thing with Christopher Walken. This movie, man, I can describe it in so many ways. It's like a long-running Saturday Night Live skit with Christopher Walken. He basically plays himself, where he's funny when he doesn't mean to be, and he can be just so silly. And it's like if Quentin Tarantino were to do a comedy, or if somebody were to tell you about a dream that they had, and all you could do is go, what? This movie was like that, where it had some dark and some serious moments, but then the rest of it was hilarious. That's what I really enjoyed about this movie. Supporting cast includes Woody Harrelson, who's just one of the best character actors ever. He's just so good in this movie. Then you have Tom Waits, who is really a musician, but he can act. You know, starting from Bram Stoker's Dracula all the way to Rumblefish, even Book of Eli. He can bring it. And then you have Abby Cornish, who was in Limitless and Sucker Punch, and Olga something. She played the Bond girl in Quantum of Solace. She was in Max Payne and Hitman. Their roles were minor, but still good. And some of the roles in this movie went to actors that I was like, why are they in this? Including Gabourey Sidibe, who played Precious, and Harry Dean Stanton, who was in Alien and Avengers, a small role. But they helped move the storyline, so they were good for what they were. So because this movie was unexpectedly funny, kind of slow at the beginning, but overall it was a mixed bag of characters and events and chaos and comedy. A rating of a 1 to a 5, I'm going to give Seven Psychopaths a 3.5, 4 at the most, just because the beginning was kind of, had to get used to it for a little bit, but then from the halfway point to the end, I was like laughing at the most unexpected times and gags and jokes and dialogue, and it was a good movie overall. What I really liked about this movie was all of the experiences these characters had and all the events that take place. They kind of reflect upon one another, where one person's experience will actually happen later on down the line to somebody else, or something that happened to this guy will kind of reflect and be similar to something else that happened to this character. And I like how it wasn't just a bunch of mumbled, storylines and backstories. I like how they were all connected somehow. The movie with Woody Harrelson, Sam Rockwell, Christopher Walken, and Tom Waits, what's not to love? If you loved In Bruges like I did, then you'll love this movie. So until next time, guys, see ya.